it's Representative Leo Wilson's office.
I'm sorry. I think I got disconnected accidentally with talking with Miss Wilson, my representative. We were in the middle of conversation. Can you please connect me back with her? I didn't get her a response of what she was gonna do with my what I was I wanted to know what she was gonna do before we hung up, and it just hung up accidentally.
Yeah, let me see what I can do. Can I go ahead and put you... what were you talking to her about?
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago. The phone just it just dropped the call.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out quite a bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was we were having a conversation, and I was explaining to her that she's my representative, and Greg Abbott's press office, told me to get in touch with her, that she would be the one to help me resolve the problems that we're having, and I have an open case, and that's why I'm calling him, because I sent voicemails and conversations of the press office and me of getting instructions to go and speak with my representative of my state. She's my representative.
Alrighty, do you mind if I put you on hold real quick to try to see if I can connect you?
Yes, and what's your name so I know who I was talking to?
My name is Andy.
Okay, Andy. Okay, I'll hold.
And can I real quick just get a quick thing about what this case is about?
It's about an open case that I am trying to resolve of why the CCD by the thousands all over the world is causing this year more than any year of rapidly declining than any year since the beekeepers have been keeping up with the colonies collapsing by the hundreds all over the world. And it's directly, intentionally, purposely being sprayed on. And I was going to tell her she could satellite all of the farmers' crops, and she'll see that illegally, it's very illegal to spray in the day, because that is the right of way for our lifeline to meet our needs to survive and exist, and that's not happening. They are purposely all over the world directly spraying right on top when they come to the farmers' crops to be sprayed on with harmful chemicals. We need to do the right thing, and the right thing would be to do it right now, since we are in our points of our lifeline left. We cannot live without manufacturers producing oxygen in the world in order for us to stay alive. We're in the last oxygen level. We're in the last of our CCDs of the queen manufacturers, keeping the last oxygen level a lot in the world to keep all the people where they are in the world. Because if you beekeepers are reporting it every year all over the world of thousands this year rapidly declining, starving the one thing that produces oxygen in the world, then all the oxygen is not going to be there being produced to the levels. They're going to go down to how many manufacturers that you have out there producing oxygen in the world. And if you only have points of 5% of 98.5 being killed off from 99%, just figure out how much oxygen that you have to be produced out in the world for all the people to stay alive, to not suffocate and die and go extinct, and everything else that's alive, including the world. If you don't have those oxygen levels in the world, you're suffocating the world. The world has catastrophic events all over the world. It's the end of the world, and it's the end of life. And my case holds all of the proof of the images and faces in the 3 apps, the Google Photo app, the Google Email app, and the Facebook app, of the nature of the situation, that this is an emergency, a more emergency that you can ever imagine, to go as fast as you can to look at my apps and see all of the faces and images, to know that if you just satellite the farmers' crops, you'll see all of the airplanes all over the world on the farmers' crops spraying directly, intentionally, directly, purposely, and planning to end our honeybee count population. We have to stop the CCDs by the thousands so we can build back up from the points to the 5% of our life left being sprayed on still. When the thousands of the CCDs are coming from the points of the 5, so we don't have much time. If we lose the points 5.4, 3, 2, 1, then get ready for impact. It's the end of the world. It's the end of life. It's over. We'll suffocate and die and go extinct. My name is Joyce Williams. I have 3 apps: Google Photo app, Google Email app, and the Facebook app. And I have several emails and passwords to get in. But use the UFO 409-684-6969 at gmail.com and the password lowercat Jesus Christ, capital Y 0, capital BEES, Jesus Christ Y0Bs, and my name, Joyce Williams, to get into the Google Photo app, the Google Email app, and the Facebook app. Download it in your Play Store app on your mobile phone right now. And if you don't believe me, because it sounds like, how can this be? Because it is the end. It is the case of the world, because you're going to hear and see things that's out of this world. And if it wasn't that you didn't see things out of this world, in my case of the world, of faces and images, then it wouldn't be the case of the world, now would it? I have faces and images of spiritual beings. That is the nature of the 2 natures of forces that came into the world, and they're the opposite of each other. And you know the Revelations, it said we lost the world, we lost the heavens connected to the world, because nobody listened. And nobody listened to God, because Satan has the power of possession. He's undermined all of the people, possessed all the countless amounts of demons. And if you open my app on the Google Photo app and the Google Email app, I have taken pictures and videos and albums for 6 years of faces and images, but nobody, and this is the reason why we lose the world, and all the nations get burnt up, from the lava coming up to the top of where all the people are, and they get burnt up, and we lose the world, because all the pressure that builds up in the world, the forces come out of the center of the world from not having the manufacturers anymore in the world manufacturing. We have to build up all of the colonies back up. That's how we stay alive. God put 99% manufacturers, which is our lifeline, which is our life support, to meet our needs, and they're not being met. Satan has come into the world to eliminate. He targeted us, our life, and he's doing it by using harmful chemicals, the one weapon and the only weapon that he uses to end life and end the world. And that's how he's doing it. He's killing our lifeline. And it says in Matthew 6:17, verse 26, the flows of air is none. Watch your children, for the evil it will be amongst you when the end times come. And know what to do. And I know what to do. You do what, since the Revelations has been written, the last book in the Bible, you keep up with the nature of the situation. So when you hear bad weather, unusual, unpeculiar weather we're having, then you know that Satan's back in the world. It's the nature of a situation, it's reality. And if you know all these things, you'll be blessed. And you know what to do. You know that he's after our honeybee count population if the colonies are collapsing all over the world. Researchers and scientists are mind boggles, and they still don't know what's causing the main reason why the CCDs, and that's why nobody stopped the colonies from collapsing all over the world by the thousands, because they don't know what to do. But I'm telling you, I have the case of the world, and I can't get nobody to declare an emergency of the world. Greg Abbott, Press Office, 512-463-1826, to declare an emergency of a situation and address it as an emergency of the world, to get all the harmful chemicals out of the world, to get all the airplanes away from all the possessed farmers, to not give any more money to the farmers that are possessed, to end life and end the world. The only way we're going to protect our lifeline of the points is to get all the harmful chemicals where Satan can't touch it, replace it with soap water and vinegar. It's the solution to save life and save the world, and for Satan not to be allowed to use the last of our lifeline to be killed without any difficulties whatsoever. He came into the world when the beekeepers kept saying all over the world that the colonies had been collapsing, CCDs, and that's when you know that Satan has been in the world since April 1st, 2006, and that's when 50% was already killed, and God came in the world May 11, 2018, and I have all the footages and videos on my Night Owl app where my night owl security camera that was up and running, 1321 Nelson Avenue, Port Bolivar, Texas 77650. And you can see all the footages in my Google Photo app. And I use the email UFOS409-684-6969 @gmail.com. And I put my name, Joyce Williams, and you can see God and Jesus Christ. And to prove as my witness that the Armageddon and God's army and Jesus Christ's army are here to battle countless amounts of demons and evil spirits. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm still here.
Okay, so therefore, if you see all the footages and the videos and pictures and albums, this is the case of the world. To save life and save the world, you can be our hero. You can team up with the universe. They are the shining stars, the heroes. We are the supremes. It is really our King, our God, our Creator in the 3 apps. And I opened my case of the world in the federal government agency with John Connally. But John Connally wasn't there, the senator of Texas. He came a year later, but the federal government agency lost my case for a year, and they told me that I would have a response from the U.S. Postal as a letter of what they're going to do with the case of the world to save our 50% that we had left from Satan killing the other 50% of our lifeline. Now we lost 49.5% because I still can't get no one to work my case, prove my case, and allow me, not Satan, to keep God's plan, not Satan's plan. You can't count down on manufacturers. You're counting down to your death. Now we're down to our points of our life to replace life with death, and that's not right. Nobody has the right to come in this world and get away by allowing them to end our lifeline by killing our lifeline with no difficulties, which is if you kill the one thing, the only thing that produces oxygen to keep us to breathe air supplies where we get our oxygen is from the oxygen levels. And the only thing that does that is the queen manufacturers that are being killed off. That is what Satan is after, the last queen manufacturers, to let them all die, all the colonies collapse, and then we won't have another chance to build all the colonies back up on the 0.5% being sprayed on by the thousands of the CCDs right now. We are going extinct. This is an emergency of the world. We're in our last hours, then it's minutes, and then it's seconds, and then it's the end of the world and end of life. There'll be no more trees. There'll be no more seeds. There'll be no more flowers. There'll be no more oxygen to keep the last oxygen level in the world. Those oxygen levels keeps life in the world. The world will be suffocated completely because of Satan. He targeted us, and he is going to eliminate life in the world. Please, in the love of God, just check it out. Just do what I asked you. And I have other emails. I have JoyceWilliamsMitchell@gmail.com. I have Last Queen Honeybees @gmail.com. I have Honeybees Daddy King Love @gmail.com. I have Satan Baby Killer @gmail.com. And I have Stop Satan Now 911 Killing Queens @gmail.com. And then UFO 409-684-6969 gmail.com. All of those are emails. And you can put in the passwords to get in. The one I just gave you, and then Jesus Christ, capital Y, Bees, capital BEES. Jesus Christ, capital Y, Jesus Christ, Y, Bees. And then Jesus Christ 2024. All of those are passwords. You're not going to be able to get in because Satan is in my phones. He's in countless amounts of demons, countless amounts of evil demons possessed all of the people and possessed all the farmers to control all of the people's minds, to undermine them so he can control those evil demons that he possessed to control all of the people's minds and then he is going to end life. That's how he does it. He possesses everything so he can undermine them. So you're not even going to do one thing to even download one app. But you don't have to. Just open your camera, point it at your skin, and look at your skin on your body, anywhere on your body, your fingernails, your toenails, and you will see faces and images of spiritual faces and images of evil possessed demons. They're coming into all four corners, just like the Bible said, into the world with Satan. The devil is going to end our life, and we are set on course for 99%. Manufacturers already killed 98.5. We have points left of our life, of our honeybee count population. They're going extinct, and they're being murdered deliberately, purposely, intentionally, and we have to get all the harmful chemicals out of the world. Get Greg Abbott's press office that I have recordings, and here's a recording right now that you can hear what he says on a recorded line of what he was said, what he was going to do. And it is said that the way they have it set up is that the only way that we can declare an emergency of the world is by getting the governor of that state to declare that there is an emergency situation, so we can save lives, and he has to sign it and declare it, so the president will know that there is an emergency situation, and then he will address it to save lives of that code, and whatever the code is. And I have a recording that I recorded of Greg Abbott's press office when I called them and told them, just like I'm telling you, that we have an emergency situation, and that I was wanting to get Greg Abbott to declare the emergency of the nature of the situation, of the two forces that came into the world. And this is what they said, and listen to the recording. I have it right here. It's going to turn on in just a second. I'm trying to get it to turn on. There it is.
6846969@gmail.com, and then put in the password, lower cap, Jesus Christ, and then capital Y, then a 0, and then capital BEES, and then you can get into those 3 apps to see pictures of faces and images that I have, and they're all right there for us to be able to know the reason why and why the CCDSs are happening all over the world. And then we can stop that from happening, and then we can, be able to keep the last oxygen level that we're in, because if you don't have manufacturers out there and they're starving to death and collapsing since April 1st, 2006 until this very second, then by the thousands this year, you can Google it, the world and the people are losing their lifeline and their life support, and I know the reason why. And that's why it's so urgent that we do the right thing right now, is to get a hold of Greg Abbott and let him just check it out.
Yes, ma'am, I understand. For this, though, I would start with your local representative. So if you want to give them a call and explain all that to them, I'm sure they can help you out. Thank you.
So did you hear that? Did you hear that? Hello? Hello? Hello?